Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to the lovely lecturer and fellow friends. Today we from group 1 from class IC220-3D will present to all of you our assignment topic, which is Muslim hygiene practices and sanitation for subject ISH500 Purification in Islam. Before we start our presentation for today, I would like to introduce our group members, which is begin from Muhammad Aidil Akmal bin Muhammad Zamri, Rizqullah Shauki bin Azmi, Hafiz Akwan bin Mak Osman, Ahmad Iskandar bin Syahriza, and last but not least myself, Mio Alif Haikal bin Muhammad Nur Asrat. As you can see, this is our table of content, which is we will begin with introduction, points and description, which is we are going to begin with halal and haram matters in Islam. Second is manufacturing hygiene industry and its relation with MS 1500, purifying tools for individual and in industry, Muslim hygiene practices with new norma, and last but not least our conclusion. Introduction. Ikechukwu Izwago has said, neatness and cleanliness is not a function of how rich or poor you are, but of mentality and principle. As we all know, hygiene is a basic need to every human around the world and must be practiced all the time. Since COVID-19 incident, we can see that the hygiene practice and sanitation have been mentioned and practiced by the society around the world. As we can see now, the society began to wear face masks, bring hand sanitizer with them, and maintain social distancing wherever they go to prevent themselves from this disease. The definition of hygiene practices from CDC in 2016 is adequate face washing, body washing, and facial cleanliness, and also maintaining proper hygiene etiquette. Also can see in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 222. As a Muslim, we must have the highest standard of personal hygiene and sanitation, because Rasulullah, peace be upon him, has said in hadith, the cleanliness is a part of faith. It is also because we are not only represent our religion to the society on the worship, but we also represent ourselves as a system of civilization. Next, we are going to look at the definition of the sanitation by Collins Dictionary. The definition of sanitation is the process of keeping the environment clean. It will take every effective tool and actions to make sure the environment clean under the sanitation. It is because we can see the statement from WHO and UNICEF in 2006 that said the city planners will have a significant challenge because of the migration of the people from the rural to urban areas. The city planners must done the essential of the basic drinking water and sanitation service to these purely urban areas, so that the disease such as cholera and water related disease can be outbreak at this overcrowded place. So the importance of hygiene practices and sanitation is protecting us from illness, maintaining our mental health, and also increase our focus and productivity.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The first point in our presentation is about halal and haram matter in Islam. In this point, I divided in three parts. Part 1, animal. Part 2, medicine. And part 3, cosmetic. So, when we talk about animal, we must always talk about slaughtering. Why? Because slaughtering is the one of the way to turn animal from haram to halal, but not to all animal. There's a certain animal such as chicken, camel, and others. So, what is the meaning of slaughtering? Slaughtering is the form of slaughter of animal or chicken in Islam. Involve killing through wound to the jugular vein, carotid artery, and throat. So, in slaughtering, there are something we must or we should always remember, which is the element of intent. A slaughter should with a legitimate intention, which is because of Allah and not intention to kill. Why? Because in Surah Al-Ma'idah verses 3, A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim, hurimat alaikum maitatul wal damu wal lahmul hinzir wa ma ukhilla li ghairillahi bih. Means prohibited to you are in or prohibited to you are dead animal, blood, the flesh of swine, and that which has been dedicated to other than Allah. The second part of this point is about medicine. We know medicine is important to our life. So, as a Muslim, we must use a halal medicine to make sure our body in a good condition. So, today I would like to talk about halal pharmaceutical. What is halal pharmaceutical? Halal pharmaceutical is the manufacture of medicine that contain substance that are allowed in Sharia and not contaminated with najas or substance from animal are forbidden in Islam, such as pig and dog. So, according to the Drug Control Authority, if the medicine have a animal such as cattle or pig or other, the medicine must be labeled. Why? Because it is to make sure we respect Islam and to make sure if a patient have a certain allergy if we eat the medicine. So the last part in my point is about cosmetic. We nowadays majority of people use a cosmetic in their life. So as a Muslim, before we use it, we must always aware with this product. Why? Because to make sure this product is halal, not haram. So what's the meaning of cosmetic? Cosmetic is a material or preparation made for contact with various external part of body. So the source of the product or the source of the cosmetic must be pure and halal. Why? Because it will use in our body. So there are a number of features to keep the product or the cosmetic pure and in accordance in Sharia. So the firstly is this product or this cosmetic not composed or contain with any part of human life. The second is this product or this cosmetic not composed and contain with animal that animal are prohibited by Islamic law.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhammad Adakman bin Mozambique. So today I want to explain about manufacturing industry hygiene. So the first point is, according to WHO, World Health Organization, 80% of infection disease occur from lack of hygiene and sanitation. So the second point is good manufacturing practice (GMP) were widely introduced in America since 1919. So the next topic I want to explain to all of you about the purpose of the industry hygiene. So I want to ask you why we must follow the industry hygiene. So the first point is we can improve the physical, mental and well-being of the employees. The second point is the hygiene can make our environment become more comfortable. And the last point is the hygiene can avoid us the risk of the disease. So the next slide, I want to explain to all of you about the requirement of premise base MS1500. The first requirement is the premise should permit proper process flow to make the environment in the good hygienic and safety. The second is the product process flow from the raw material into the finished product must prevent cross contamination. The third one is the premise must be designed to facilitate cleaning. The next is the adequate sanitary facility should be provided and maintained. After that, the requirement for the premise is the premise should protect from the pig farm to avoid cross contamination. So the last of the requirement of premise is the process of the carcass must be done at the same place as slaughter.
Okay, now we are going to the purifying tools for individual and industry. Okay, the first one is we use for processing halal food only. We shall be designed and constructed to facilitate cleaning. Okay, next, we shall not be made or contain any material that are decreed as najis by Sharia law. We shall be used only for halal food. Okay, next, for najis al-mu'allazah, we shall be washed and sertu as required by fatwa and Sharia law. We shall be supervised and verified by the halal competent authority or trained by Muslim personnel. Okay, next, repetition in converting the line to najis al-mughallazah line and back to halal line shall not be permitted. We only use of appliance or brushes from animal hair is prohibited. Okay, next we're going to the tools for tayammum. Okay, we already know that in tayammum we usually use sands or just right for tayammum. Okay, but now halal industry has made a product that's for tayammum. It's called Tayamun Powder that we can see in the picture. Okay, I think this product is ideal to take it with us on our journey, which is we are in the car or in the airplanes, that we can use this product to tayammum in we are travel, or we can give to someone who is sick or in the hospital and unable to perform wudu with water, that we can give this product to them and use it. Yeah, I think this product is very important to us, because if there's no water or we are in the traveling, we can use this product to perform a tayammum for solat. Okay, thank you. Okay, next we are going to the sama and sertu tools. Okay, we already know that before this, for using sama and sertu, we are using soil or sand, right? Okay, that is before this in zaman Prophet Muhammad SAW. And now we are in the era modern, that halal industry has made a product for sama and sertu that we can see in the picture. There's many products sama and sertu. This is one of it from the company Sertu. Okay, for using this product is usually is the same steps from before this. Okay, that we can see. 3 easy steps how to perform a sertu. Okay, the first one is we must to prepare the products, the items and the things that we want to sama and sertu. Simply adding sertu clay powder and mixing it with clean water. Okay, next, wash the affected area or parts with clay water one time. Okay, next, wash again and again the affected area or parts with clean water 6 times, and we are done. Yeah, only that's all for using these product items, these sama and sertu items. And it seems steps are way to perform a sertu. Yeah. Okay, next. Okay, next, for the sama and sertu product that have 2 types of sama and sertu. The first one is clay powder cleanser, and the second one is liquid clay. That's 2 types. That's types of powder and liquid. Okay, for the clay powder cleanser is a high quality emulsions product for sama and sertu cleaning. is able to kill 99% bacteria of dog and pig, including the E. coli and Salmonella bacteria, and perfect absorption for power for smell and surrounding and oil. Okay, for liquid clay, it's made using poor and high quality clay, and it shows that it can eliminate microorganisms, in particular harmful bacteria found in the major impurities up to 99.9%. Okay, for me, I think that I will choose liquid clay. That is easiest to use it, and we can buy this product from Shopee or Lazada or any shop sell this product. Okay.
Alright, for my part, I will explain you about Muslim hygiene practice with new norms. As we know that Islam is a religion promoting a healthy lifestyle, prevention from the spread of disease or epidemics, and it is a treatment in human life. We are normally hear that prevent is better than cure. So there are a lot of initiatives that change and add of standard operating procedure (SOP) when we as Muslim to perform any ibadah. Okay, the first one is new SOP at the most in Malaysia. There are limited participant or jamaah in ounce time. The jamaah must wear face mask, bring their own sajadah, and complete to dose of vaccine. The social distancing must at least 1 meter between jamaah in the whole of mosque. There are no activity of shaking hands after completing the prayers. Especially on Friday, the mosque hall needs to be sanitized either before or after the Friday's prayers. Okay, the SOP or standard operating procedure in Arab Saudi. This is special for the visitor or jamaah when they want to perform umrah or haji. They must fully vaccinated between 4 vaccines that approved for use in Arab Saudi, namely Oxford AstraZeneca, Pfizer Biotech, Johnson & Johnson and Moderna, while the Sinovac vaccine needs to take a booster dose. The employee and visitors must register through Itbarna or Tawakkalna application when they want to enter any place at there. They also have social distancing, and the wearing of half face masks are still mandatory in places where the health status of its visitor cannot be confirmed through the Tawakkalna apps. Alright, for the last one is the new standard operating procedure SOP for ibadah kurban. They must obtain a veterinary health certificate SKV and a slaughter permit livestock from the state or district veterinary office. The process of licensing and the process of cutting the division of sacrificial meat shall be made in a suitable and airy place. Total participation attendance is subject to the extent of the area. Other than that, the selected officer should be healthy and not deep among people, chronic disease, and the slaughter must not hurt children. As conclusion from my part, the new SOP and norms taught that every Muslim should take better care of personal hygiene in order to curb the COVID-19 epidemics from spreading.
Last but not least, the conclusion. As we can see that our friends had been present to all of you the 4 points, which is halal and haram matters in Islam, manufacturing hygiene industry and its relation with MS1500, purifying tools for individual and in industry, and last but not least, Muslim hygiene practice with new norma. We can see that if we know the halal and haram matters in Islam, we can identify which is halal and haram where we are going someplace, such as for the tourism purpose, and we can keep away from the prohibited source. It is also important that we must identify and make sure the place is clean from najas, such as in the factory, because if the halal things mix up with the haram things, it will be haram or prohibited to be used. And also we need to educate ourselves to still practice the new normal, although we are going through the endemic of this disease, to keep ourselves from this disease, because our little mistake can make other people suffer. That's all from us. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi